Steve Jobs wanted to make sure every product was simple and elegant. The very first Apple brochure in the early 1970s said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." And so he was always saying, whether it was an iPod or an iPhone or an iPad, can't we get rid of that button? Can't we get rid of that step you have to do in the interface? Can't we make it more intuitive and simpler? So there is a Zen-like simplicity to all Apple products. It comes from the fact that they're designed end to end. So they work well, the software and the hardware and the content are all designed to work together. So you don't get those ridiculous little error messages that say, 404 error message, because Steve Jobs has tried to figure out how to make it simple and elegant. One of the great collaborations of our time has been Jony Ive, the design director, and Steve Jobs. And they go into this room that's sort of behind big metal doors and guarded by, a couple of people in a glass booth so that very few people can get in there. And it's the design studio of Jony Ive, and it's got about 8 big tables, and all the future Apple products are there with different models. And what Steve Jobs loves to do is just walk around those tables with Jony Ive, not be shown the drawings or be talked through. He likes to fondle it. He likes to say, so this is how the new iPad would look. It doesn't feel friendly. It doesn't feel like I could pick it up with one hand. Don't you want to put a little bit of a curve here? And they kept going back so that some you maybe not be able to tell the changes they were making, but just a tiny curve on the way it was shaped, just because Steve Jobs wanted that design to be perfect. If you look at the Sony Corporation, they should have invented the iPod. They had a music division, they had a hardware division, they had personal devices. They were the ones who had come up with the Walkman. But all those divisions at Sony, just like at many corporations, were each fighting with each other. The hardware division wanted something, the music division was kind of worried about it. Steve Jobs didn't believe in that. He believed in centralizing command at Apple so that everybody worked together for the good of Apple, and there weren't separate divisions doing consumer devices and desktop hardware. Otherwise, the people who are running the Macintosh might say, well, this iPad, that's going to hurt our desktop computer business. That's why it's an innovative company that keeps coming up with new things, because Jobs is very insistent that you don't let one division compete against another.